I'm Lisa, and you're with Velo Dulce, the show where we talk women, cycling, and life. Velo Dulce is from the Italian phrase La vita dolce, which means the good life. These are stories from women around the world on finding the good life through life on a bicycle. Okay, thank you for joining me. Today, my guest, I'm very, very excited to have the opportunity to chat to Faranak Partoazar. Faranak was born and currently lives in Shiraz in Iran. Faranak's story to begin cycling and follow her passion is an unusual one. As a girl born in a traditional society, she fought passionately to be able to ride freely, and perseverance saw her become a professional rider in 2014, competing with the Iran national team. Since then, she has won every national title and raced in Iran and has competed internationally. She also has a master's degree in structural engineering. Welcome, Faranak. Thank you for joining me.
Hello, Lisa, and I'm so glad to be talking to you now, and I hope that also the audience will enjoy hearing it.
Yeah, I think your story is a fascinating one.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I am Jewish born from South Africa, living in northern Spain, so I know a bit about like cultural change. But I think, when you think of women's pro cycling, not to be stereotypical, but you typically don't think of pro mountain bikers coming from Iran. Yep. Tell me where that story began.
Something that just every time I hear about that, like my story is interesting, but like for me, because I'm living it before I start to tell about myself.
Right.
Because I'm living that story. So for me, it's like, is it really interesting?
Yeah, it is.
But cool. I'm happy. Like, I don't know, but like originally, I would say that I'm personally an adventurous person. And since my childhood, I would show that I was all the time like to do something that is like a bit extreme and interesting. And I tried a lot of indoor sports, but none of them would like satisfy my desire about how to just feel the adrenaline. And that's why. And then throughout my childhood, I was really like being known around in my relatives and family that I don't have the perseverance in just to continue something, and I just don't do something for a long time. And then I saw, I don't know, I exactly can't remember where I saw it, but I remember, I know that I saw the idea, like it comes the idea, and I saw it somewhere that some people go around the world by bicycle and they explore the world. And because I was really passionate about to get to know the other cultures, and I knew that you cannot discover these things through internet or through television. So I really wanted to feel that, and I just really wanted to see other mentalities and mindset. And I started cycling just with the idea that I can one day explore the world by bicycle. And I even didn't know at all, nothing. It was 0% that I had the information and the knowledge that there are some races going around. I had no idea. And I remember when I started, I didn't know anyone, and I never saw a woman also around, And then the first time a guy came to me and told me, we are having a race, small race. It's like a local race for women. He was from a sports state, and he was riding. And you can join and come this race. And I was just thinking, okay, why not? I can try. And I remember I had no idea. I had no clue about the bicycle, how it is, I was so really like amateur, really. I would say I was the pro amateur. And I just, I even didn't know how to change the gear, or like, like I was really like started to sit on a bike and just sit on a saddle and ride
Yes.
it. But I had like, I think because I was always active, so I had a good fitness. And
Yes.
to my surprise, because I didn't expect that, and actually no one else expected, because my bike was really a basic bike, those city bikes that it was really also old.
Mm.
From my brother, I kind of took it.
Okay.
And then I got third in that race. And
Wow.
yeah, it was really like not a big race, but it was a local race. And just it was just about like, I didn't know, I was just pushing with just it was just about that I got to that place with the power, because I had no technique, and also I didn't even know how to change the gear. So
Amazing.
some parts I was going really high cadence, and I think some parts I was going really low cadence, because I was all the time on one
In the
gear.
wrong gear.
And it was the start that it attracted me. And like normally, like in other sports, I was never attracted to compete. But again, it was really something strange that I was enjoying competing in that in cycling. And then it was just slowly I started to do it like during my summertime, when I was
Yes.
off from this university. So
Okay.
I was doing it maybe for 2-3 summers, and then
So how
finally,
old were you when you started?
I think the first time that I tried like the bike, it was not like training. I just tried it to see if I can ride it. I just used my brother's bike, like I stole it kind of. It was, I think I was 20 or 21.
Wow.
Yeah, but okay, this is something that every child, we all have rode. We have ridden when we were in childhood, but then
Right.
from an age you stop riding, because at that time,
Yes.
not now, it was not a culture that the woman. It was not like a decent act from a woman to ride a bike. So
Okay.
without you realize it, without anyone tell you, maybe that it's not right that you ride it, so we stopped riding. I think maybe I was riding it till age 8 maximum, or something like that. And then again I started, and then from 2014 I started riding, because also before 2014 we didn't have the races right correctly. We didn't have the national races, and also there wasn't really so much attention to women cycling, especially in mountain biking, because we had some women in the road, and and also track, which they were racing outside of Iran. Like
Okay.
they were going to Asian championships. But for mountain biking, it was not something that they would pay attention to. They even wanted to invest. But I remember that in 2014 we had a coach from Netherlands. His name is Harry Hendricks, and he insisted that he wants women beside men, like equal treat in the camp,
Amazing.
in the national cup. Exactly. This was something that, like, the first time that I saw that someone else is fighting
Yes.
because at that time I wouldn't see any other riders would do that, and this was really something that I was always stay grateful for what he did. And he
Yes.
this way also taught me that I need to fight for something which I know it's correct, even though it's not really like existing. You need to fight for the right. And also I would say that when we started the camp, it wasn't really like equal treat as men, but
What do you
slowly
mean?
we wouldn't get really treated like as men, the way that they were attracted, and probably, I would say, maybe the facilities and the investment they were putting on men, we didn't have it. So obviously, because they didn't even think that women, like, it was like women probably are not, they don't have the potential to get the medal.
Yes.
And then when we went, started to race out of Iran, and it was the first experience for us women to do that, comparing to men, the guys, which they had more experience. I could, because I was there, I could get better in some points. I could get sometimes better results than men. And then it started to think, like the federation, that women can probably make results, you know.
What was your first race, incidentally, outside of Iran?
It was in Turkey. It was a C2 race, or I think it was a C2 or probably C3, class 3 race. Like, also it was close to the border of Iran, so we traveled all by bus to there, and we raced there. It was like really one memorable race for me, because it was my first experience to see how it is. And then
what did that give you? What did that race do for you?
Because when I started racing in Iran and like in national races, I had a gap with other riders, so I didn't have a opponent which I would feel that I need to push, you know.
Yes.
And like the real race, I was missing. I was racing, but I was like, I didn't need to push.
Yes.
So when I went to Turkey, it was not like that. I remember there was a girl, and she was better than me, and you know, the desire and how I should see that someone is in front of me and I need to catch her. This was the first experience for me. You know? I was all the time like, it was all the time about that I would just push maybe a first loop, and then I will just keep a certain pace and I would just win a race. But then I started racing that way. And hopefully, I would say probably my consistency in riding the bike helped me to have a good fitness during the years. And then we started racing in Asian Championships, which is a really important event for like the federation and the like the sport of our country, the Continental Championships. And
is that sorry to ask, because I have reference to Europe, but I don't have reference to Asian Championships. Is that every year? Is it in a different country each year? How does that work?
It is exactly like the European Championships, or I don't know, American Championships. It is a Continental Championship which happens every year.
Okay.
And depends every time. It depends on the country that hosts. So never the same.
Okay.
Like most of the time, it's different. And most of the time also it's in the East of Asia.
Okay. And you are, if I'm not mistaken, you have won the Asian Championships 7 times.
No, I have won. I have got 2 times in XCO the bronze medal in Asian Championships.
Okay.
And 2 times in as a team relay team.
Okay.
In Asian Championships again, it was like bronze medal. And I started like race first time in Asian Championship in 2014, and then in 2017 I won the team relay with my other male rider, the bronze medal. It was the first ever medal in XCO, like this discipline that won a medal, and it was really like a step forward. And then in 2018, I won the bronze medal in Asian Championships, and it was the first medal in the history of our cycling sport for women in all disciplines.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that was really like a milestone. It was really, it changed everything, because till that time, everyone was believing, okay, women are going to Asian Championships just for fun, and they don't have probably the potential to win a race or even get a medal. You know, it was like that they would not take us seriously. But by that time, they said that, okay, in short time, we got the result. It was really a short time from the time that we started with the national camps, and then how we got to that medal. And at that time, we were working with another coach. He was from Slovenia, Primož Stroncar. He was a pro rider himself in enduro, and also he was a coach in XCO. He was really good, and this was also a step forward for us to get to know mountain biking. I mean, the real mountain biking, which
proper
is happening
technical.
Exactly, in Europe, because it was totally for us different what we were thinking and what we were doing in Iran, those races.
Yes, I can relate.
In 2016, it was the first time that we went to Europe. It was a national camp, and we went to Europe for a race. And I remember it was the first time that I was seeing a race, watching the men race, and I was like, the whole race, I think my mouth was open because I was so shocked of how it's going. Because you never see this, you never feel this, the speed, the pace, the movement, the adrenaline when you are
technical.
watching. When you are watching it on the television or on the channels, you never feel that. But when you see it, you say, okay, that's really, really crazy. And it was really, for me, just I had a shock in my mind to absorb what it is going outside and what we are doing. It was really like, I don't know how I can explain it. It was just like that opened my eyes.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's where you started in Europe. That was
the first time that we were with the national team. We were there, and then the year after, we decided that with my other two teammates, they were male, the guys. First time we went to the World Cups, and also that one was for me like mind blowing, because it was really, the first race was Novo Mesto, which was not an easy track. It's technical one.
Yes.
And I was like, what is going on? It was so crazy for me. It was really, really crazy for me that those experiences, it was exactly like that I was graduating again and again from a university, but in different field. It was really like for me, I remember that I was hoping, okay, if I knew that the track of World Cup is so technical and so much details, that I was like confusing how I can memorize the whole course, because for me it was really so many details inside it. We didn't used to the routes, so I was probably I don't know, I can't remember, but I think I was counting the routes, so it was really hard to memorize so many routes in such a course.
Wow.
But it was really like, maybe I would say I was shocked maybe in Novo Mesto, because the gap, the level, how it is, I never realized that. Just when I came to that World Cup, I realized how it is. And then I was start to think what I really wish and what I really want.
Right. And what was that?
I would say that because I like in the start, even when I started cycling in Iran, my goal was, because I was seeing that the path, there is no path for getting successful in cycling, and just the challenge to get to a medal, just the challenge to get something that has been never done attracted me. It was just like challenge me, and just like I don't know, I was really attracted to do something that everyone say, yeah, you cannot do that. Yeah, it was just like challenge me, and I say, okay, I will try it. And then when you do something, and it was really, really, really a hard one, I would say this I also know because through my experience, the next person that will get that, she will not experience so much obstacles, so much hurt.
Mm.
I
I
did.
wanted to
Because
talk to you about that because, I mean, okay, look, in a professional sport, you have to fight to be the best. But a lot of women come from the same kind of cultural background. They have opportunities for coaching, physiotherapists, you know, the best input that they can take to be their best. But you didn't necessarily have that.
yep, yep. Okay, I would say first of all, I didn't know that like recently in last years, which I come by myself and I just started to talk and communicate with other writers. I realized how much others like facilities and how much uh,
Hmm.
things they have they can do something. At that
Hmm.
time, I didn't know anything, so it was not bad because probably it would be a little bit like disappointing when you know that
Right.
you have so much difference in equipment, in facilities, and everything.
Yes.
And for me, like I don't know, it took me time to go from aluminum bike, which I was racing internationally, but with like
Wow.
a heavier bike and with a really medium uh, gear and like I mean the parts to go to like a pro bike, which is a
Yes.
race bike.
Just to
But
give the
anyway,
listeners some kind of
yeah, but
concept, because not all the listeners are cyclists, but
okay,
an aluminium bike, it's like, you know, a very average bike. It's not built for, it's not the top of the level professional kind of bike. So to be racing that in competition is unbelievable.
unless you don't know.
Unless you don't know. What do they say? Ignorance is bliss. But wow.
Exactly, sometimes. But yeah, I think like I was because when you're doing something that is not already done, there are
Mm.
so many problems and so many issues, and also considering that it was not in our culture to do that.
Mm.
So I many times faced with the challenges, with the things that I needed to deal with them out of the bike. So it was really like mentally so
Wow.
demanding. And this is something that also still exists. And this is something that many times I would say probably many other women they were interested before I came to cycling, and they wanted to also do something. They had the goal to do something, but to stay on this field and to just
Yes.
surrender, it needs a really another level because I would say I survived because I was truly in love and passionate about cycling. If
That's
I was
amazing.
doubting even one moment, I would quit it because it was too hard, and even like you couldn't find the reason why I am going through
Of
all these
course,
things.
this pain.
What Yeah, why I'm going through a hell for what is the outcome, what will because it's not something that is a promising future in Iran, like that you are earning a lot of money or you are getting well sponsored, that you earn enough. It's not like that. So these are the things that probably it can be demotivating.
Of
So you
course.
need to be truly so much in love that you don't think at all, and you just try to give it your all.
Well,
And
listen,
for me,
I'm
yeah,
a very amateur cyclist, and every
uh,
time I ride up the hill to my house, I think, why don't you take up golf? Why do you want to do cycling? Cycling is like the hardest sport. So I can imagine to do it professionally without the financial and physical support is just, I mean, cycling professionally is a level of pain that honestly I don't think you can explain to somebody.
yeah,
Yeah. So
Um, I was, as I said, I don't know. I am sometimes many times I think, okay, who invented cycling? He had exactly the same mind of me, because I sometimes I think that this cycling is a bless for me. Like whenever I was so upset about something, many times that I was feeling so broken about like what I'm doing, and I was feeling like even like through the things that I was doing for to just go in a race and get successful, and I was facing, and they were like breaking me. The only thing that would calm me down was that I go on bike and I go ride, and it was
wow.
just like a button and a refreshing thing that when I was finishing my training or my ride and I was back, I was feeling a bit more relaxed, and I was like more rational thinking,
Yes.
and a bit less I don't know, desperate.
Huh.
And and also I would say cycling changed my mentality, my perspective to life. It really changed who I am, because if I was like, I remember how I was also in my study, in my bachelor and also in my master. And like for my bachelor, I wasn't a cyclist. I wasn't at all, and I wasn't no cycling that by that time.
Mm.
But for my master degree, which I was studying to get to a university, I was the cyclist by that time. And I can also, when I think back, when I am evaluating, just cycling helped so much to me to also get successful in my master degree,
Hmm.
which everyone was surprised in the way that how I got to university for my master degree in the field which I was studying. It was really a big thing that many other my friends, they couldn't do that. So like
Back.
cycling helped me throughout all aspects of my life.
Wow. I literally want to reach through the phone and give you a hug. I think that's
Thank you.
super inspirational.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Yeah.
was your
I think
yeah?
everyone can find, because I have tried many other sports, and in other I didn't feel that. And when I started cycling, it was the only sport that everyone was stopping me. I don't
Mm.
know why. And uh, I think there is one sport, there is one thing that you're so passionate about, and that would exactly do the same miracle to your life.
Mm.
And like at a time in our life, we need to find something that
Mm.
just makes us so excited. Because I remember clearly that the first days when I was starting cycling, every time that I was going on bike, it was like that I don't know, I'm the most blessed and the most successful person in the world. I was laughing without no reason, smiling on bike, and I was feeling so good. I was feeling so good, and I was living in that moment that I never experienced it before. It
Wow.
was like a true joy, and I think everyone can find this in their
Mm.
life.
I agree. I must say, I feel the same about cycling. I often think that cycling saved my life in many instances.
Yeah,
So,
I would say, yeah, cycling, it's a bit different than other sports.
yeah, it
I
is.
believe it.
I
I
believe
guarantee.
it too. I believe it too. Tell me, were your family, as you went to race in Europe, were your family more supportive? Did they begin to support you more? Did you get more support back at home?
Oh, sure. I think without my family, I wouldn't survive so far, because, as I said, you are not getting really financial support from like sponsors.
Mm,
So um, my family are like my official sponsors.
right.
Yeah, they're supporting me, of course, absolutely, like mentally and like also financially. So they're my biggest supporter, and I always appreciate how they believe in me. This is like motivating as well.
Huh. And tell me where you are now in your career, and tell me about, tell us a bit about where you are now. Tell us a bit about sponsorship now.
Okay, I don't have any sponsors, and still, at the moment I am when my last season was one of really my hardest season. It was from many different reasons,
Mm.
and so it was better that I stop my season, because it was really tiring and draining my energy so much. So I finished my season. Actually, I had also at the end of my season good, and so my 2021 season is officially finished, and I'm about to start planning for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things that I need to arrange, comparing to a normal European rider,
Mm.
maybe even American.
Tell us a bit about those things.
Yeah, I need to arrange from 0 to 100% about my trips, like the visa process, which always takes like a 200 or 100 pages, and I need to
Wow.
arrange all the papers. And then it's also like the money that we need to pay for that, and the process is always really a long thing. And also we get a visa for a really short time, not a really short, but it's not a
Mm.
really long for training and racing in Europe, which
Mm.
if we want to improve, we need to race and train on the same
Yes.
demanding trails
Yes.
which others also are riding. So I'm trying to um, like to sort out and figure out how I can get the visa for my next year. This is really always something that always take a lot of time. Like at around 1 month, you need to search for it and
Wow.
find things. Like this year, it was really even harder because of the COVID thing.
Right.
The embassies were closed, and just getting to the point that you just deliver the 200 pages was a 2 month process for me. It was a
Wow.
complete and it was crazy. Like some days it was so crazy that I was on a training. Like I would have a 3 hour training, and every 30 minutes I was on the phone just talking, calling someone to find, okay, how I can find it, how I can do that. And it was like, and by the end of the training, I was thinking, okay, what am I doing? Am I training, or am I I don't know, the assistant to do all the paperwork,
Mm.
I needed to be multitask, but in the end, it affects on the level and your performance, because I cannot focus completely on my training and I'm on my things.
Mm. Sure. That sounds like, I mean, that is something, other riders won't have to contend with.
Yeah, at all, because okay, visa is a side, and also then I need to organize the expenses of that one, because also we need to work on the permission and the invitation, which we need to get it from
Okay.
organizers. It's always a long process. So
Hmm.
kind of expert in that, and normally if someone needs the help, I would give it.
And how does anyone help you?
I would say, I don't know, maybe it's not a correct experience, but so far I have seen that when you are so passionate about what
Mm.
you're doing, you
Mm.
can sometimes get help from people which you never expect at all.
True.
And also in mountain bike community, people are so much welcoming and
Yes.
so much friendly and warm welcoming, and they really want to help, and they're all passionate about it. And this is something that I really love it, and always excite me to go back to this atmosphere.
Mm.
And whenever I'm racing in Europe, I get sometimes help with some of the coaches, that they give me the lines, show me some lines, some tips on the tracks, how I should ride or how I which line I should pick. And also some brands like help me with just changing or servicing some parts, which always help. Yeah, this helps coming it's not like a plan or sponsor, but still, like whenever I speak, I say that I'm a sponsor, but all of the mountain bikes.
And
okay, they don't know yet.
Tell me, I mean, anyone who's listening to this, and there's listeners across the world, probably comes from their perspective of their own country or what they've seen. Like, tell us about training for you. Do you have a coach? How often do you train? Do you have special nutrition, or is it just about riding?
No, I have a coach. Of course, I have it. I work with a German coach at the moment, and we got to know through Instagram. It was like really by chance. It was so nice, but hopefully I could find. And we start to work from last year. Before that, I was working with the other coach, but we always work through internet and like the apps which works for trainings. So I do it, like get the training and the training pics, and I work on it, and I work like that.
Okay.
So it would be like a remote coaching, I
Right.
think. I don't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And nutrition, I know that I've actually seen a lot of the pros being very outspoken about being vegetarian or following particular diets. What is your nutrition program?
About the nutrition, I tried in Iran, like to work with some nutritionist. It was a bit like for me also maybe a bit hard to find it, but because cycling is not so like, it's a bit in the start, probably not really start, but not so much attention to it. So the nutrition for cyclists and like for this specific sport is not really so studied by the nutritionists. And I tried some of them, so I decided to work with someone out of Iran. And I was working last year. I was working, but that this time I don't have. So I'm looking for someone, because it's really something, especially when I'm on races, it's so confusing because I need to cook, and then I don't know, and then I'm all the time also when I'm traveling, like many times, like I'm not able to cook, or I'm trained, I cannot buy correct food, so it's a bit like confusing things.
Absolutely.
So there are things like the nutritionist and also the gym trainer that I'm looking for my next season to start working with.
Okay. And let's talk about the next season. What is your goal? What is the dream for you, not just for the next season, but kind of going forward? I mean, you are obviously extremely intelligent. Being able to have a master's degree in structural engineering at the same time as racing professionally. I mean, I don't think you'll find many pros in that category. So, what is it you want from your next season and going forward?
Okay, from next season, absolutely. Maybe I don't know. I really want a change of in my results. There was like some changes, some progress every year, but that doesn't really satisfy me because I couldn't change many things about the way that I'm training here.
Sure.
And like the trails, like mountain biking, like the trails that we are riding here, it's not at the same level which we are doing it in the Europe. So, and in the end, always for me, racing in Europe is like just take time a lot to adapt it, and then it in the end it's also affect on my result.
Of course.
So
of course.
I'm trying. I'm trying because here I also don't have any technical coach. I am trying to work on it really for my next season because this is something that I have. I know that I have a lot of reserve because I don't have so much opportunity here to do that. And this is one of my main goal because I know this can be shown really then in my result. And I want to, I have a like a vision about like the World Cup result, which I was close this season to get there, but all the time there was coming some things were coming like the issues that I needed to arrange and organize
Mm,
everything by myself, and I was completely alone. It was really in the end many times affecting my on me to not be fresh in the
of
start when
course.
I'm starting at the start line. So this is something that I always feel like why I'm missing this when it comes to the result, when it comes to the time that you need to get the result, you are missing it just because
Of course. And
you
just
needed to
for,
organize.
of course, listeners who don't have any background in cycling, to line up at the start of a race to get just to the start is is a whole undertaking by itself. A mechanic who services your bike and a coach who is helping you how to train and a physiotherapist or a masseuse, or I mean, this is typically the support that most pros have. When you're having to do all of this yourself, this takes a huge amount of time and energy.
Yeah, sure. I would say probably I need to add some other things like uh, or arranging the accommodation and the food. This is something that also for me is not really as easy as someone else because I cannot like book an accommodation as others do. It's a
Right.
bit complicated, so it's always like last
Why is that?
because there is a problem with booking from like a valid credit card because
Okay.
the sanction we don't have it,
Right.
so we
Right.
need to do everything with cash, and it's a
Wow.
bit funny.
Wow. I mean, those are challenges no one would even normally consider.
Yeah, that's why then I would not have any car or I don't know any thing with me. So also the transportation between races is a bit so
Yeah.
demanding, like trying to travel all the time by train and find train station to the race place. This is always there are a lot of things that you need to arrange, and it's always like in the end I'm becoming a travel guide, really good.
Right.
But as a pro rider, I don't know if I was as successful as that one.
Well, let's hope that all the past seasons have prepared you for this season that's coming. What is
Yes.
what is your ideal finish? Like, what is the ranking you would be satisfied with?
Maybe if I was thinking about like if someone would ask me and it was close enough that I would dare to tell what I really think, and not get like
Oh,
they don't get make fun of me. I would say like I want really like a top results, but slowly by time I try to set smaller goals, which they're more like for me it's, I see them more accessible, and I want the progress to happen. For
mm,
me, this really motivate me also to do harder. But if
mm,
I just say that I want to be top 5 and I just don't do the progress, this would be really the biggest disappointment. I want to see the to
the
next season
progress.
to yeah to see the progress and be in top 50 at least in the okay I would say top 45 because we set it with a friend and in the World Cups, and this is something that I really want to get it, and I think I see in myself that I'm able to do that.
Absolutely. Listen, if you can overcome everything that you have overcome, I have no doubt whatsoever.
Okay,
How?
the problem is that sometimes it's okay, like I won it, but it was like many things that it was interfering the result. It was not
Mm,
only how strong you are or how good you were
of
training.
course.
As I said, it's really also important how fresh you are at the start line.
Mm, mm, absolutely. Absolutely.
But for
And
me also, I would say something. Sorry, I
no,
don't know.
carry on.
I because I have been through many hard times and like many things to arrange and many things to do that many times it sounds a nonsense for others. For me, always getting to a good result and getting to the podium, it was not about only me. I
Mm,
really enjoy seeing others get motivated. Like the first time before I get the first time the medal in Asian Championship, you couldn't hear from all the girls that they say that, oh, we want to be the Asian medalist, we want to be the Asian champion. But when I see after these years, which I made it not once but twice, and I repeated that by myself, all by myself. And whenever I see that you ask a girl, and she say that she really like say that confidently that I want to be the Asian championship, I want to be the Asian champion. This really motivates me that I did something enough good that it affects also on others. And this is like this is I don't know, it's I don't want to be just to
mm,
say it. I really mean it because I think that if someone else had done this before me, I wouldn't go through all these problems.
mm,
It would be a
absolutely.
smoother it would be a
Absolutely.
smoother path for me. But
Absolutely.
I'm not complaining because I'm getting so much experience inside that. Anyway, I'm getting a better person probably in my real life, not just on bike.
Are you a national hero in Iran?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. We don't say it like that, but also like
Right.
I don't know. I think I'm in the start of that. I hope that I can be like to be like helping others, but this I cannot say. I think this others can say, but
Ho-
I think I'm somewhere around.
And how does the rest, how would you want the rest of the world to support you? If, if we can put the message out there.
Um, I always like whenever we also talk about with friends, I say that I want to earn the support because I don't want something for free. I
Sure.
don't like it because I do believe as well that if you get something like really for free and not trying for that, you will not all understand the value of that.
Yes.
So I know what I'm capable of, and I know how I'm doing, like in Asia and in Middle East, and where I am.
Hmm.
Uh, I think I don't know. Um, this I really don't know how to.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put it out there for you because personally, I think you deserve all the help and more. You've certainly proved you have in South Africa, we have this word called chias. It's like the guts and the courage, um, and like the blood of a champion. And so I wish you all the support and more because you certainly deserve it. Um, yeah. Tell us tell us to end, what is your first race of the next season?
This I haven't like didn't haven't confirmed it with my coach because we were waiting for the calendar. But for sure, probably it would be a Turkey race. it also depends on my budget, because I'm trying to save and get like see the where I can like get the money and arrange the expenses.
Mm.
So it really depends on that. But this is one of my first of all, there are two main goals for me, like to get the visa which I can train in Europe as well before my races. So I will not just only go for racing there. And for that, I'm trying to figure out how I can, because originally from Iran, you need to have a contract with a team so you can be able to stay more than a
Right.
period in Europe. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do that, so I can get a long-term stay in Europe, so I can
Mm.
train there.
Mm.
And this is one of my really main goals, that I train before the like the block of races which I want to start. Most probably it would be in April, May, which are
Mm-hmm.
the World Cups as well. And I want to train before that, and then race there.
Mm.
And but probably I will stay with some Turkey races. I haven't decided yet, but this is on my plan. It really depends if I can make the visa work or no. It's
Okay.
really all depend on that.
Okay. And what is your message? I mean, there are people listening to this podcast who aren't necessarily cyclists, people who are cyclists. What is your message to the world?
There are many things, but one thing that recently I have thought about it a lot, like it was a case that exists for me. It is that many times I was doing something like impossible, something that, and I was giving my 100%. I
Mm.
was risking everything for that. I would say that many times it wasn't like that. I always got what I wanted to get, and like what I wished for. But whenever I give my everything, and whenever I risk everything, I was rewarded by something really big.
Mm.
It was always rewarded with something big.
Mm.
So, like many times, I know, because it also happens to me, that many times you stop and you say, "Should I risk for that? What
Mm.
if I don't succeed?"
Mm.
Uh, this is my experience, that whenever you give everything and whenever you risk everything, maybe you don't get that, but you will get something bigger. You will
Mm.
be rewarded with something that you never think about.
Mm. Leave it all on the line, says Faranak Partoazar. What a pleasure to have you with me today. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. My name is Lisa. You're with Velo Dulce. You know what to do. Get on your bike, grab a friend, drink some coffee, and subscribe. I will see you next week for another episode of Velo Dulce.